My parents were furious when they learned we bought a new house and called us selfish, so my husband threw them out. My parents and I have had a strained relationship since I was young. My sister was always favored while I was treated as the maid, so I left home as soon as possible. I married my husband when I was 23, and my parents hit the roof. They have never really taken a shine to him and threatened to disown me if I went through with the marriage. When he and I visit their home, he is subject to the exact expectations as I am, whereas my sister gets to put her feet up and relax. My husband does not hold my parents in exceptionally high regard. They emigrated overseas about 10 years ago, and my husband and I have only seen them 3 times in person. We chat over FaceTime semi-regularly, but the relationships function better if we aren't breathing down each other's necks. Recently, my husband and I bought our first house, and we are over the moon. We plan on growing our family and now have the space, and the garden, to do so. I am beyond thrilled. My parents are kept on a strict information diet, and we did not tell them that we had bought, mainly because they are renting a storage unit not far from us, and we did not want the drama of my parents wanting to store all of their furniture in our new house. We also should have told them that our new home is much more spacious than our old place. As far as my parents know, we moved because it is closer to my husband's job. Unbeknownst to me, my parents have been in the country for about a month and ran into my childhood friend yesterday. Dolly told them I had invited her to coffee that day, and it would be so lovely if they came with her and surprised me. Dolly had no way of knowing that I had not told my parents about the spacious new house until they all walked through the front door, and my mom lost her mind at me. The main point from my mom's yelling was that our relationship has been good recently, so how could I have kept this secret from them? My husband and I were selfish to have all this space with no regard for the fact that they are renting a storage unit, and that my parents are hurt. I don't include them in all parts of my life. Unfortunately, my husband arrived home not long after the tirade started, and he told them to stop making a scene under his roof. That is when the other shoe we bought instead of rented dropped. Ultimately, my parents left after telling me that a true daughter would never keep secrets like this, and I am left feeling like everything could have been avoided if we had told them from the beginning. Frankly, though, I never expected them to be in my house. They do not have the address and live overseas. Update: after my husband practically forced my parents out of the house, he and I sat down and chatted about our options. From his perspective, he has watched me struggle with my parents for years, and he thinks that we have given them more than enough opportunities to behave fairly and reasonably. I said that I had hoped that moving overseas would mean that we could have a relationship on equal terms rather than them imposing their rules on us, but that has yet to happen. I also spoke to my husband about my general feeling of abandonment when it comes to my parents, which is why I have worked so hard to keep them happy. I have spoken about this quite a lot to my therapist, and the time in our lives has come for me to stop trying to force a relationship with toxic people. It is unfair to me, it is unfair to my husband, and it will be unfair to our future family. On that note, we have some inspiring news. I just discovered I am pregnant. We will wait until I am 3 months before we start telling people. I also had a chat with Dolly, who was a deer in headlight the other day. The juiciest gossip is that my parents were in town for my sister's wedding. My sister and I are not close at all, based entirely on the fact that she loves the attention my parents give her and has never once tried to say anything to them about their mistreatment of me, but I didn't even know she was seeing someone. Anyway, it looks like I am the black sheep in their family and not wanted, but my wonderful husband is all I need. He and I have not contacted my parents and sister, and we will focus on our new baby. I have been planning all the beautiful fruits and veggies I'll plant in the new garden, and we are considering painting the baby's room in a couple of weeks.